What if a single man could change the course of history, forging an empire that spanned continents? Genghis Khan, born into a world of chaos, would rise from the ashes of his past. A warrior, a leader, he would unite tribes and create a legacy that echoes through time. Born in 1162, in the rugged terrain of Mongolia, Temujin entered a world where survival was a daily struggle. His early life was marred by conflict, as his father was poisoned, leaving his family vulnerable in a harsh landscape. Temujin's childhood was fraught with challenges. He witnessed betrayal within his tribe, forced to fend for himself and learn the ways of the land, forging a resilience that would serve him well as he grew. By his teenage years, Temujin vowed to unite the fragmented tribes of Mongolia. With a vision of strength and unity, he began to gather followers, showcasing his exceptional leadership qualities. At just 20 years old, he married Borta, a strategic alliance that would prove crucial in his rise. However, their union was tested when she was kidnapped by a rival tribe, igniting Temujin's quest for vengeance and power. Gathering a loyal band of warriors, Temujin launched a daring rescue mission. The successful retrieval of Bert solidified his reputation and loyalty among his followers, marking the beginning of his ascent to power. As he rallied more tribes under his banner, Temujin adopted the title of Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. This new identity signified a shift from a tribal leader to a formidable force in the region. Under Genghis Khan's leadership, the Mongol army was restructured, employing innovative strategies and tactics. Their speed and mobility became legendary, allowing them to strike swiftly and decisively against enemies. The first major campaign came against the Khwarezm Empire in 1219. Genghis Khan sought revenge for the insult to his ambassadors, a decision that would lead to one of the most devastating military campaigns in history. As his forces swept through the Khwarezmian territory, they employed terrifying psychological warfare. Cities fell before them, and the name Genghis Khan struck fear into the hearts of his enemies. With each victory, Genghis Khan expanded his empire, solidifying trade routes and cultural exchange across Asia. He fostered an era of unprecedented connectivity, laying the groundwork for the Silk Road. His progressive policies included incorporating conquered peoples into his army. This inclusivity strengthened his forces, transforming former enemies into valuable allies, a strategy unmatched in military history. By the time of his death in 1227, Genghis Khan had built the largest contiguous empire in history, stretching from the shores of the Yellow Sea to the plains of Hungary. His vision had become reality. But what lies beyond his legacy? His death sparked a power struggle within the empire. As his sons and generals vied for control, the unity Genghis had forged began to fracture. His descendants, notably Kublai Khan, continued to expand the empire into China, but the original vision of unity began to diminish. Tensions rose as the vastness of the empire became a challenge to manage. Genghis Khan's innovative governance structures introduced meritocracy, encouraging loyalty based on ability rather than birthright. This groundbreaking approach shaped political systems for centuries to come. The Pax Mongolica, a period of peace and stability across the empire, emerged under Genghis Khan's successors, allowing trade and cultural exchange to flourish. It transformed Eurasian landscapes forever. Despite the empire's vastness, it faced internal strife. Disputes over succession, cultural differences, and the enormous challenge of governing a sprawling land led to its gradual decline. Genghis Khan's legacy, however, endures. His military strategies and administrative innovations laid foundations for future empires, influencing leaders like Tamerlane and beyond. In modern times, Genghis Khan is often viewed through a dual lens of admiration and caution. His story serves as a reminder of the fine line between power and tyranny. Today, as we reflect on his life, we see a complex figure whose actions shaped the world. Genghis Khan's legacy is a tapestry woven with threads of conquest, unity, and innovation. Genghis Khan's life and empire remind us that history is not merely a record of events, but a lens through which we understand the human experience. His story is both inspiring and cautionary. As we ponder the impact of Genghis Khan, we acknowledge that his reign altered the course of history. The unity he sought and the empire he built remain subjects of fascination and study. But what if we delve deeper? The myths surrounding his persona often overshadow the reality of his achievements. Unraveling these myths can offer a clearer picture of the man behind the legend. In examining the myths, we find that Genghis Khan was not merely a ruthless conqueror, but a visionary who sought to connect disparate cultures, fostering exchange and interaction. The legacy of Genghis Khan resonates beyond borders. His influence can be seen in modern governance, military strategy, and even the art of conflict resolution, shaping societies long after his time. In Mongolia, Genghis Khan is revered as a national hero. Statues and monuments honor his memory, representing not just a warrior, but a unifier of the Mongolian people. His image is interwoven with Mongolian identity, a symbol of resilience and strength. Festivals celebrating his legacy draw both locals and tourists, preserving the history of his remarkable journey. As we reflect on Genghis Khan's life, we find valuable lessons in leadership, resilience, and unity. His story invites us to explore the complexities of power and the responsibilities it entails. The world remembers Genghis Khan not just as a conqueror, but as a transformative figure who bridged cultures and created connections that transcended geographical boundaries. His narrative challenges us to reconsider our understanding of history. In a world often divided, Genghis Khan's legacy reminds us of the potential for unity amidst diversity. As we close this exploration of Genghis Khan, we invite you to reflect on the power of leadership and the impact one individual can have on the course of history. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of Genghis Khan. If you found this exploration insightful, please consider subscribing for more captivating stories from history. As Genghis Khan's power grew, so did his vision. He sought to create a vast interconnected network across the continents, a reality that would transform trade and culture. This ambition was not merely a quest for conquest. It was a mission of unity, establishing a legacy that would echo through time. In 1206, amidst the vastness of the Mongolian plains, Genghis Khan was proclaimed the universal ruler, or Khan. This pivotal moment marked the beginning of unprecedented military campaigns, igniting flames of ambition that would engulf nations. His initial campaigns took him to the Khwarezmian Empire, where Genghis faced treachery. The Sultan's refusal to recognize his power incited a ruthless response, showcasing Khan's ability to orchestrate swift and decisive warfare. The Mongol onslaught unleashed a torrent of speed and ferocity, with cavalrymen striking like lightning. Khan's strategic brilliance lay in his use of deception and mobility, turning the tides of battle with every maneuver. As cities fell before his armies, Genghis Khan was not merely a conqueror, but a builder of networks. He implemented the YAM system, a relay of mounted couriers, ensuring swift communication across the sprawling empire. Khan's approach to governance was revolutionary. He enacted laws that fostered trade, religious tolerance, and meritocracy, thus unifying his conquered peoples under a shared vision. However, not all were enamored with his rule. The fearsome reputation of the Mongols inspired both awe and resentment, leading to fierce resistance among certain tribes and nations. Among these foes was the city of Nishapur, where an insurrection led to brutal retaliation. Genghis Khan's retribution was swift and ruthless, illustrating his belief that loyalty could only be ensured through fear. As Genghis Khan expanded westward, his empire began to take shape, becoming a mosaic of cultures and peoples. In this melting pot, ideas and innovations flourished, transcending borders. In 1215, the siege of Beijing marked a pivotal victory. The fall of the Jin dynasty's capital opened the gateway to further conquests, cementing Khan's reputation as an indomitable force. Genghis Khan's innovative tactics included the use of psychological warfare. By spreading misinformation and frightening rumors, he ensured that his enemies were often defeated before the first arrow was shot. His empire, at its zenith, spanned from the steppes of Mongolia to the shores of the Mediterranean, a vast expanse that connected disparate cultures and economies. Trade flourished, and the Silk Road thrived under his rule. Yet, amid the conquests lay a deeper legacy. Genghis Khan's policies laid the groundwork for a Pax Mongolica, creating stability and security across territories, allowing for an unprecedented exchange of knowledge. As Genghis advanced into the Middle East, he encountered sophisticated societies, testing his adaptability. The Mongol approach was one of learning as much as it was about conquest, absorbing strategies and cultures from those they defeated. In 1220, the conquest of Persia culminated with the fall of the Khwarezmian Empire. This victory showcased Khan's ability to coordinate his forces across vast distances, utilizing his trusted generals and spies. But for all his might, Genghis Khan understood the importance of legacy. He began to establish an orderly succession for his heirs, ensuring that his empire would endure even after his passing. Amidst his ambitions, he instilled a code of ethics among his warriors. The Yasa, a compilation of laws governing conduct, was crucial in shaping the Mongol identity and fostering discipline within the ranks. As Genghis Khan's empire grew, so did the complexity of its governance. He appointed governors to oversee vast regions, blending local customs with Mongol laws, creating a new tapestry of rule. As the years passed, the Mongol Empire became a vibrant hub of cultural exchange. Innovations from conquered lands flowed into Mongolia, enriching its society and fueling its progress. By the time of his death in 1227, Genghis Khan had transformed the world landscape. His legacy was not only one of conquest, but of connection and shared progress across a vast, diverse empire. His burial site remains a mystery, hidden away by his warriors to protect it from desecration. Genghis Khan's passing marked the end of an era, yet his influence lingered on through generations. The world he carved out became a foundation for future empires, a testament to the indomitable spirit of one man whose vision reshaped the course of history. Genghis Khan stands not only as a conqueror, but as a unifier, a reminder of the power of ambition and leadership. The vast empire built by Genghis Khan did not crumble immediately after his death. Instead, it became a tapestry woven with diverse cultures and ideas. Leaders within the Mongol Empire sought to maintain the harmony he had established, ensuring that trade flourished across the Silk Road. Genghis Khan's descendants, known as the Golden Horde, continued his legacy, expanding territories and promoting a unique form of governance. They introduced a system that blended different cultural practices, creating a multicultural empire that was unprecedented in its scale and complexity. However, the empire also faced challenges. Internal strife and the struggle for power among Genghis Khan's descendants led to fragmentation. Kingdoms began to emerge, each vying for autonomy, and soon, the unity Genghis had established began to unravel. Despite the internal conflicts, the Mongol Empire played a crucial role in connecting East and West. The Pax Mongolica, or Mongolian peace, allowed for safe passage across vast territories. This period facilitated cultural exchanges and the spread of knowledge like never before. Trade flourished, and innovations spread quickly. Techniques in art, science, and philosophy traveled along these routes, enriching both the East and West. The Mongol Empire became a crucible of ideas, laying the groundwork for the Renaissance that would erupt centuries later. One of the most significant impacts of Genghis Khan's reign was the promotion of meritocracy. By allowing individuals to rise through the ranks based on talent rather than noble birth, he changed the traditional structures of power. This ethos reverberated through history, influencing countless leaders and their governance styles. As the empire waned, the principles of meritocracy endured, shaping future political systems and inspiring leaders to embrace inclusivity. Meanwhile, tales of Genghis Khan's prowess and bravery reached distant lands. His legend grew, inspiring fear, admiration, and intrigue. European chroniclers began to document his life, creating myths that would endure through the ages. As the centuries passed, Genghis Khan became a symbol of strength and resolution, inspiring numerous figures in history. Leaders such as Napoleon and Hitler looked to him for both tactics and inspiration, illustrating how his legacy transcended time and geography. In Mongolia, Genghis Khan remains a national hero, revered for uniting the tribes and establishing a powerful nation. Statues and monuments dedicated to him dot the landscape, serving as reminders of his enduring influence and legacy. As Genghis Khan solidified his rule, he focused on creating an efficient administrative system that would govern his vast empire. He implemented a merit-based system, promoting individuals based on skill rather than lineage. This revolutionary approach enabled a diverse range of people to rise to prominence, fostering loyalty and stability within his ranks. In the Mongolian heartland, the tribes that once fought against each other began to unite under one banner. The great Khans were no longer seen as mere tribal leaders. They transformed into symbols of a unified Mongol identity. The shared heritage strengthened bonds, allowing the Mongol nation to flourish. As trade routes expanded, the Silk Road came alive with increased commerce. Genghis Khan's policies encouraged merchants to travel freely through his empire, fostering economic prosperity. The flow of goods, ideas, and cultures helped to bridge East and West, cementing his legacy as not just a conqueror, but a catalyst for cultural exchange. Yet, prosperity came with challenges. As the empire grew, so did the ambition of its leaders. Genghis Khan faced betrayals from within, as powerful generals sought to carve out their own territories. Such treachery tested his leadership and required strategic acumen to maintain unity. In response to internal strife, Genghis Khan launched a series of military campaigns to quell dissent. His forces, renowned for their speed and precision, swept through opposition with devastating efficiency. Each victory solidified his rule, but risked drawing the empire into exhausting conflicts. Amidst the chaos, Genghis Khan also focused on the development of infrastructure. He established postal relay stations, known as yam, across his empire. These stations facilitated communication and movement, allowing him to control vast distances and maintain order. His influence extended beyond mere administration and warfare. Genghis Khan understood the significance of religious tolerance. He embraced various faiths, allowing freedom of worship within his empire. This policy not only reduced rebellion, but also attracted skilled individuals from diverse backgrounds. However, Genghis Khan's relentless ambition was mirrored by his ambition to leave a lasting legacy. He sought to secure his dynasty through his heirs. His sons were groomed for leadership, and their upbringing reflected the harsh realities of his own rise to power, ensuring they would be formidable leaders. As his empire reached its zenith, Genghis Khan turned his gaze westward, setting his sights on the wealthy Khwarezm Empire. His initial overtures for trade and diplomacy were met with hostility, provoking a fierce response. This marked the beginning of a brutal campaign that would reshape the landscape of Central Asia. The Mongol army, driven by revenge and ambition, unleashed a wave of destruction upon the Khwarezm territories. Cities were razed and populations decimated. Genghis Khan's tactical genius was evident. He employed psychological warfare, spreading fear to paralyze enemies before the attack. With each conquest, Genghis Khan's reputation grew. Legends of his cruelty and military prowess spread across the lands, instilling both fear and respect. His name became synonymous with power. People began to view him not just as a conqueror, but as a force of nature. In the midst of his campaigns, Genghis Khan faced setbacks. The long, harsh winters took a toll on his troops, and supply lines became strained. Yet, each challenge was met with resilience. his leadership inspiring unwavering loyalty among his men. In the wake of his military successes, Genghis Khan began to formalize the laws that would govern his vast empire. Known as the Yasa, these laws covered everything from military discipline to trade regulations. They ensured the stability of his realm, binding the diverse cultures together. As he expanded his empire, Genghis Khan also sought to promote literacy and communication. He established a written Mongolian script, enabling greater administrative control and facilitating record keeping. This move would have lasting effects on the cultural development of Mongolia. Despite his military endeavors, Genghis Khan was not devoid of compassion. He spared artisans and skilled workers, recognizing their value to society. By integrating conquered peoples into his empire, he cultivated a rich tapestry of cultures that contributed to the prosperity of his realm. As his life drew to a close, Genghis Khan faced an uncertain future for his empire. He sought to secure his legacy, ensuring a stable succession. His final campaigns were not just about conquest, they were also about the sustainability of the empire he had built. On his deathbed, Genghis Khan's mind raced with thoughts of his empire's future. He entrusted his sons with the responsibility to rule, emphasizing unity above all. His last breaths resonated with the hope that they would uphold the values he had instilled in his empire. Following Genghis Khan's death, the empire experienced a profound transformation. His descendants, known as the Golden Horde, embarked on further conquests, extending the Mongol influence into Europe and Asia. Their ambition was fueled by the legacy of their father. While Genghis Khan's reign was marked by destruction, it also paved the way for cultural exchanges that shaped civilizations. The Mongols were key players in the transfer of technologies, ideas, and art across the vast territories they commanded. The Mongol Empire, at its height, was the largest contiguous empire in history. Spanning from Eastern Europe to the Sea of Japan, it facilitated unprecedented trade and interaction across diverse cultures. This intricate web of connections influenced economies and societies on both sides of the empire. Amidst the conquests, Genghis Khan's strategic prowess became apparent in the use of espionage and intelligence. His spies infiltrated rival territories, gathering vital information that allowed him to outmaneuver opponents and execute precise strikes. As the empire expanded, Genghis Khan's military tactics also evolved. He adapted to the terrain and utilized local knowledge, allowing his forces to navigate diverse regions effectively. This flexibility became a hallmark of Mongol warfare. Genghis Khan's leadership style profoundly impacted his warriors. He cultivated a sense of camaraderie, fostering deep loyalty through shared hardships. The bonds formed in battle set the tone for the fierce loyalty that would characterize the Mongol army. His vision extended beyond military conquest. Genghis Khan aspired to create a legacy of peace and stability. He believed that a united empire could foster mutual respect among its diverse cultures, laying the groundwork for a harmonious coexistence. Through his life, Genghis Khan was both revered and reviled, embodying the duality of a conqueror. His story is a testament to the complexities of leadership, a tapestry woven with threads of ambition, strategy, and cultural synthesis. As centuries passed, Genghis Khan's influence continued to resonate. Modern nations have drawn inspiration from his leadership principles, often highlighting adaptability, strategic planning, and the importance of cultural integration in governance. In Mongolia, Genghis Khan's legacy is celebrated. Festivals and commemorative events honor his contributions to the nation. His image graces currency and monuments, reflecting the pride felt by the Mongolian people. Tourists flock to Mongolia to witness the vast landscapes that shaped Genghis Khan's life. The steppes, where he once rode, remain a symbol of freedom and adventure, attracting those who seek to connect with his storied past. Scholars continue to study Genghis Khan, analyzing historical texts and archaeological findings. These explorations offer new insights into his life, challenging preconceived notions and revealing the complexities of his character and ambitions. As a figure of historical significance, Genghis Khan's story transcends geography and time. His life serves as a paradox, illustrating how greatness can arise from both destruction and unification, leaving an indelible mark on world history. In literature and popular culture, Genghis Khan continues to captivate audiences. His legacy is reflected in books, films, and documentaries, each retelling his story from diverse perspectives and interpretations. The lessons learned from Genghis Khan's life remain relevant today. His innovative approaches to governance, military strategy, and cultural integration resonate in today's globalized world, proving that history's lessons can guide future leaders. Ultimately, Genghis Khan left behind more than just an empire. He forged a new world order. His legacy is a reminder that even the most formidable conqueror can also be a visionary leader, blending ambition with cultural understanding. As we explore the life of Genghis Khan, we see the echoes of his influence in contemporary society. His story compels us to reflect on the nature of leadership, power, and legacy in an ever-evolving world. The remnants of the Mongol Empire serve as a testament to Genghis Khan's vision. Archaeological sites across Asia provide tangible connections to his legacy, allowing historians and enthusiasts to piece together the story of a remarkable figure. In the end, Genghis Khan's life is not merely a tale of conquest, but a rich narrative of transformation. His empire reshaped the world, highlighting the profound impact one individual can have on history.